Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Mike Boyd, and I am here to give you my reactions to the August 10th edition, 2020, Monday Night Raw. Now, if you are unfamiliar to the channel, it's your first time watching, I do plan on doing weekly um, reviews, not reviews, but just reactions to Monday Night Raw, possibly SmackDown, depending on my schedule, and NXT as well, depending on if people really want to see more. Um, Honestly, I probably should switch it up and probably review or react, do videos to better shows. Um, but I will say, I did enjoy this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Wasn't the best episode of Monday Night Raw I've seen, but given the circumstances of everything going on with COVID-19, with no fans in attendance, and it's just the wrestlers, the employees, they're there in the crowd and everything, I thought the show was pretty solid. I actually took notes. So let's get started here. So, a few of the segments that I took notes on, Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio's contract signing. So, it was made official. Dominic is now officially a member of the WWE roster, even though he was already signed previously, but storyline purposes, he is now a member of WWE's roster, and I enjoyed the contract signing. I enjoyed Samoa Joe being there as well. Um, the things, them bringing up the fact that Seth Rollins, his character changed in regards to the him being the Monday Night Messiah now, and how he pretty much he did everything, for the fans, and they booed him, turned on him, and I like how they brought that up. It helped keep his character. It added some what's the word I'm looking for? Um, it just helped build his character pretty much. Just to remind you of the fact that yes, Seth Rollins did get booed, and this is a perfect example of why heels are always better than faces, because the heels always has something to really prove, and they're more relatable in terms of how everyday people really feel sometimes, because a lot of people do often um turn in a way, or turn cold or whatever in a way after they given their all to somebody or to the people, and no more Mr. Nice Guy, that type of thing. But I'm going off on a tangent here. But I enjoyed that. So the contract signing happened. After that, Seth Rollins had a match with Humberto. Seth Rollins picks the win up, and then they beat the shit out of Dominic Mysterio, the kendo stick, Buddy Murphy, and Seth Rollins. And I actually was watching, and I was like, all right, he's getting beat down, whatever. I go upstairs, come back like 5 minutes later, and they're still, I was like, damn, they still whooping his ass? Like, I was like, damn. Um, and then seeing all the damage that was done, the bruises and the marks that were left from the kendo stick on Dominic's back, that was very. See, the thing is here, right? I actually think that one of the things that works when it comes to heels and baby faces is when one is more skilled than the other. So it does help that Seth Rollins obviously has all the experience in the world, and Dominic is a fresh face. Um, I do think Dominic, size wise, I think Dominic may be taller than Seth Rollins. I'm not entirely sure, but them playing up, the fact that he's essentially a kid. I enjoy that. I mean, I'm actually invested in this storyline. Um, I'm actually invested in the storyline. I just seeing the beating that they put on him, the aftermath of all that. I'm eager to see what's going to happen at SummerSlam. Now that also Dominic is able to use. Ooh, excuse me. Dominic is able to use whatever weapons that he wants to use, so that there is no excuse here. So I did like that. And also we had Zelina Vega versus Bianca Belair. Now, I said this last week. I've kind of been cool on the Street Profits and everything, just because the main roster, for whatever reason, they love. It's like when you have someone, like when someone's down in NXT, it kind of feels like the character or the storyline just like it's made just for you, and it feels like you're a part of something special. But then, like when everyone else, when it goes mainstream, it's like it's not really the same. And this is one of those things where I personally don't feel the way that I felt about the Street Profits and Bianca Belair as I felt about them in NXT. It's always nice to see Zelina Vega wrestle. I'm glad that every time, like some people, I'm just happy that they get a chance in the ring, and Zelina is one of them. I think she's extremely talented. And as someone watching her and TNA, I'm always happy to see people just get a shot. So I'm hoping that she gets to wrestle more. I do like the fact that she's a great manager. She's great. She's a great mouthpiece. But I do like to see that they don't forget that you have one of the more talented people on the roster, in her, on the roster. The whole storyline about someone poisoning somebody and them poisoning Montez, and I'm really not like into it, not really that much. Apollo Crews still beefing with the Hurt Business. He has a match with MVP at SummerSlam. Eh, it's kind of weird to me watching him fight three people and he doesn't get beat up. Like he still ends up, getting one over on them in the very end. Like they had him at first and then he escaped. It's excuse me. I'm like super super tired. Just working all day and then also watching Raw as well, 3 hours. Whew. I'm gonna try to wrap this up, be real quick. I didn't notice, but I noticed now. I wasn't sure if she came back this week or not. But Mickie James is back, and I, as a longtime WWE fan, I had a crush on Mickie James when I was younger, and she still looks phenomenal. She still looks great, and she's one of my favorite in-ring competitors as well. So I'm glad that she's back. Hopefully this time around she does more. Maybe get some gold. Maybe actually, gain some traction this time around. But that remains to be seen. She's beefing with Lana and Natalya at the moment. I had no idea Lana and Natalya were actually like buddy and whatever. It was kind of weird seeing them like dressed in the same clothes and kind of talking the same. But whatever. I had no idea that Cedric Alexander and Ricochet were still like around. I haven't seen him in months, and this is me personally. Like I said last week was the first time I watched an actual episode of Monday Night Raw since the Raw after WrestleMania. So I honestly didn't know that they were still a thing, still a tag team. They were teaming with the Viking Raiders to fight Akira Tozawa and the Ninjas. And I looked up, looked down, looked back up, and then next thing you know, the match is over. Whatever. Like, seriously, whatever. I don't know what the hell's going on. I want better for Cedric Alexander. Obviously, I want better for Ricochet. I hope that I want better for the Viking Raiders too. Tozawa, like there's a lot that I want. You know, I don't. Viking Raiders, once again, the NXT thing. It's the NXT thing where, you know, someone's built up to be these, you know, big badasses, and then now they're, you know, hey, like, you know, a joke almost, you know. It's whatever. Moving on. R-Truth is a 38-time, 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 38. You get it. He's a 38-time, 24/7 Intercontinental, Interstate 95, whatever champion. Whatever. Like, I like R-Truth. R-Truth is very entertaining. He's probably the best thing going in regards to that title belt. I feel like as long as he's around that title, then the title may, you know, have its entertaining moments. But honestly, what they should do is, right, and this is a Raw Underground thing. It just came in my head. They should defend that title on Raw Underground. Just hot potato that belt or something, like, because I don't see the actual purpose of Raw Underground still, and I didn't want to get to that. I didn't even want to talk about Raw Underground, but I would like to see the 24/7 title be defended on Raw Underground. Maybe, you know, it kind of raises the stakes a little bit, but it remains to be seen. Like, I didn't feel the way I felt last week about Raw Underground as I did this week, but I'm still kind of, I don't know the purpose of it. So you kind of just got to wait and see. You know, I know it's fun to just shit on things, you know, as soon as you see it, but you kind of just got to wait and see. Sasha Banks, all right, so Bayley fought Asuka. If Asuka wins, she gets a title match against Sasha Banks. Asuka won. Yes, Asuka won. Sasha wasn't happy. So we're gonna get Sasha Banks versus Asuka rematch for the Raw Women's Championship. And honestly, hopefully, you know, this time around, I'm waiting for I feel like we've been waiting for the Bayley and Sasha split for like 3 years now. And hopefully it comes next year at WrestleMania. That's all I'm gonna say. And then we got main event, Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Shit, I forgot who won. Who the fuck won the match? That's a really good. Oh my god. You know what? Damn. Like, that's not good. Because I was watching it too. All right, so I do not know who won the match. Please, someone tell me in the comments who won the match. I do believe it was Randy Orton that won the match. I don't see why Randy would lose. So I think, okay. So Ric Flair was at ringside. The match was over. Randy had to have won. I feel like Randy won. Randy definitely won. I know if you're still watching this, you're probably like, oh my god, this is like the worst review reaction ever. I am not your typical reviewer. I'm not your typical, you know, analyst or whatever. I'm literally just a guy who watches shit, and I'm just going to talk about it. And that may not work for you guys. It may not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm tired of shit. But all I know is Randy Orton is probably the best villain in WWE right now. he is up there with the Fiend for me right now. Just because the level of you have to pay attention. You have to. You have to. I thought this was just going to be a typical, Randy wins the match, whatever, it's over. I thought he was going to beat up, like take out Kevin. But Randy, has Ric Flair. They go to commercial break. They're in the ring. They're talking. And there's dissension. Randy takes out Ric Flair. The lights are going out too. So he ends up punting Ric Flair. The lights did go out, and Drew McIntyre comes out after the fact. Now, it would make more sense if he saved Ric Flair, but whatever. Also, I want to talk about Retribution. I think that's their name. The group of people who are going around just wreaking havoc and causing trouble for WWE. There's been a rumor going around that they're actually just people that were let go early during the coronavirus, and they're being brought back, but they're making a storyline about it, which would make sense. Could be interesting. They're destroying things around the Performance Center, cutting the power off, messing with the lights, messing with the production. So, it could be interesting, could be good. Hopefully they don't mess it up. That's all I got to say. But yeah, that's that. And, and Raw Underground, still Raw Underground. Listen, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you got to do. I will possibly be back for Wednesday's NXT, AEW, and possibly for Friday Night SmackDown as well. SummerSlam, August 23rd, I will be doing prediction videos, and I will be doing a review for reaction for SmackDown as well. Thank you for watching. I'm out.